every single time I look at that light, I get blinded and then I can't see. Okay. Okay, so today's video is about unpopular opinions, but genuinely unpopular opinions. Because I've seen too many of these videos where one of the opinions is like, oh, I hate woke. And it's like, congratulations, you agree with the rest of the Republican Party. Like, what's unpopular about that? So I really dove deep and wanted to present some opinions that I feel are genuinely unpopular. Number one, starting off with a bang, everyone is gay. I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. Everyone's gay. End of video. Yeah, I think everyone's gay. The spectrum of sexuality has long been proven. I definitely think having gay thoughts counts, and if you're able to appreciate your same-sex gender expression, I think that definitely counts too. Especially thinking about men and their like gym culture and bodybuilding and all of that. Like that, none of that is for women. That's definitely for the admiration and appreciation of other men. Like, it's been pretty well known that like the level of musculature that the bodybuilder types achieve is not attractive to women generally, and that's okay. They're clearly not doing it for women. They're doing it for themselves and for the appreciation of other men, and that's fine. It's just gay, and it's okay to say that, and we can talk about that. And yes, I feel like, yes, these labels have been helpful in like modern times especially, but these labels, like the actual range and experience of human sexuality, like far predates the concept, our modern concept of straightness and gayness. Like, people have just been out here fucking before they put a label on it. So I think we should return to that and not make such a big deal about it, because everyone is gay and that's okay. Straight women especially are known to be pretty gay with each other, and no one really has a problem with that. So yeah, let's all just be gay together. Let's all just give it up and be one big gay happy family. Yeah. Second opinion, leave fat bitches alone. Skinniness is not an indicator of health at all. There's no shortage of skinny people who live very unhealthy, who eat unhealthy diets and live very unhealthy lives, but no one clocks them because they're skinny. So it's assumed that they must be the picture of health. But this is not the case at all. How your body looks and how your body processes food has a lot to do with genetics. And a lot of the health issues that Americans experience, I think, really comes down to capitalism, because capitalism makes burger cheap and Hailey Bieber Erewhon smoothie expensive. So yeah, it's no wonder that so many people feel unhealthy, because healthy food is not really like readily and easily available. So I don't think it's fair to like make being fat an issue of morality, because it's not. Just like being skinny doesn't make you a good person. And also, big thing that I think we're all forgetting in this conversation is that health is more about how you feel than how you look. If you feel, even if you're in your dream body, and if you're having a hard time maintaining that and you feel miserable even though you may like how you look on the outside, then I really have to question how healthy you are. Then I would say you're not healthy, because if you're at a point where you're potentially like mentally spiraling into an eating disorder, then that's not healthy. There's nothing healthy about that. And then also, if you're skinny and you're still a fucking asshole, you're not healthy. Yeah, surviving on Diet Coke and a dream is not a flex. So yeah, we need to leave fat people alone. Like, stop. I don't know. Just people are weird. People are weird and very fatphobic, and I think it's unnecessary. And it's a waste of your precious mental energy, honestly. It's a waste. It's a waste of yourself. Okay, and that kind of leads me into the next point, which is that food should be free. especially fresh produce, especially like things like fruits and vegetables and those kinds of things. And to me, it's just as simple as you plant a seed in the ground, you give it some water, sunlight, you make sure it gets what it needs, attention, and boom, you have food. Just like that. You don't have to pay the earth to grow food. It just does that naturally. And I honestly don't think that this goal is that unachievable. I feel like if we all just got together if everyone got together with their fans, if everyone got together with their friends and their family and their like whatever their local community is in any way that they can, and everyone just figured out what they could grow, and we just split it up, like, oh, you learn how to grow carrots, I'll learn how to grow apples, you learn how to grow herbs, I'll learn how to grow this. Like, if we divvied it up like that, then it becomes a less daunting experience for everyone to learn. And then we can all share our knowledge and have a community garden, and then different communities can trade different whatever they need if they have excess or if they need something. And then from there we build a network, and it just goes and it just builds, and it's beautiful. And I just see it so clearly. And we can do this. It's not unrealistic. It's not impossible. We can achieve food, healthy food sovereignty and security. We can do it. I know we can. And I know we will. So yes, food should absolutely be free. Okay, next unpopular opinion, magic is real. These are my notes. Magic is real. I think this simply because of the fact that everything didn't exist and now it does. Like, there was literally nothing and now everything exists now. So in my eyes, that's somewhere, somehow, on like some cosmic scale, a metaphorical rabbit got pulled out of a metaphorical hat and now everything exists. And to me, that is magic. That is, to me, creation is magic. Songs are spells. Political propaganda can be a spell. You can alter someone's entire perception, entire worldview, and how they see themselves in the world using words and imagery and all that kind of stuff. Like, they call it spelling for a reason. So, and even just having an idea. Have you guys ever had an idea? It just comes out of nowhere. It's like, poof, oh, an idea. Like, something out of nothing. So to me, that indicates that there's some kind of, like, existence starts intangible before it becomes tangible. There's an unseen aspect of existence before it becomes seen. So, in my eyes, that is magic. Number 5, I want to jump into a black hole. And no, this is not a cry for help. I very much want to live. I'm just convinced that I would survive the experience somehow. How I know that? I'm not really sure. But, and like, obviously my physical form would not survive, but I think my consciousness would be able to, like, it would know what was going on. It would have an experience inside a black hole, is what I'm saying. And it's just simply the fact that, like, modern science is just not fast enough for me. Like, I want to know what's going on in there. Like, I want to know. I want to go in one and see what's up. And if given the opportunity, I will gladly dive right in and be blissfully spaghettified and be happy to finally know what's in there. And maybe be, like, transported to another dimension. Who knows? I don't know. I've always been fascinated by them, so I'm like, hey, the idea of just jumping into one really intrigues me for some reason. Even though, like, you know, I'll never be able to do that. But yeah. And that also kind of leads me into the next opinion, which is that we don't really die. I think your body dies, but your consciousness, I think, continues. I see our consciousness like radio waves in our brains and our bodies, almost like antennas that, like, tune into our consciousness, and then that's how we experience life like this as humans. And then when you die, I think your consciousness leaves your body, and you still have an experience. Like, I definitely believe in an afterlife. I think the afterlife, how you enter your afterlife, varies from person to person depending on the life that they led, the the life that they lived. But not on some like heaven and hell like punishment shit. I think that everyone goes to the same place, but I think the transition process of going to the afterlife varies from person to person. And I think that's fascinating. I think that's beautiful. I think that's wonderful. I think that it's better to see death as a transition than an end to life. It's kind of like, and I will definitely be making a video about this, about what I think about life and death and rebirth, because I think life and death and rebirth, there is a natural process that we're all a part of. And so we don't really need to be as afraid of death as we're often made to be, because it's just part of the process, part of the cycle. I also think that we live multiple lives, but part of the reason why we don't remember our past lives while we're in our current life is because part of the fun of the game is to be able to play it for the first time, or part of the game of life is be able to play it like it's the first time every time. So I think that's a big reason why we don't really remember our past lives. And then also, you can try to remember your past lives if you want to. So yeah, if you want to remember your past lives, there's ways to try. And I also think it's okay if you don't agree with this, if you think that this is crazy. These are just the things that my curiosity and my learning has led me to. And I just implore you to see where your curiosity leads you. Okay, final opinion. England, it's time to pack up the royal family. I think it's old, it's tired, and how is it really serving the British people how is it serving anyone really? Other than like tradition for the sake of tradition, like other than like we're the people that have the royal family and that's what makes us different. But it's like, have you guys like reconciled with what having an active standing monarchy represents? Like, especially out of all monarchies, especially the British monarchy. Oh my god. Like, congratulations, you've kept that shit up for hundreds of years, but like all it is a representation of all of the colonialism and like robbery and genocide that it takes to build an empire. And I don't think there's anything to celebrate about that at all. So I get it. It's tradition. Like, you grew up with it. Like, they're the royals, but I don't know. Like, what good does it do? What good does it do? Like, the British people should rise up and like take their shit back. But that's the thing. It's not even really their shit. It's like Africa shit and South America shit. Like, it's not even their shit. And that's the another thing about like Western Empire. Like, all of the world powers that currently exist are only world powers because of what they stole from the global South and what they continue to steal and deprive the global South of. So there's nothing to celebrate about this. Like, it's just a show. It's just one big show. And like, yeah, there's value in like doing a show. Like, I'm an American. Like, American politics is no less of a show. But at least we can like get those motherfuckers out if we really try. Like, that's just them. Like, you're stuck with that family. Like, that's it. And Diana's not here anymore. So what even is there? And like in the new fresh meat that they had, Meghan, they didn't want her. They were so racist that she didn't even want to be involved in the situation. So like, what are we doing? It's just tired. I think if there was a referendum between bring Diana back or get rid of the royal family, I think most of England would choose to bring Diana back. I know she was part of the royal family, but she was like a commoner. She wasn't like, born into the line. And I know she wasn't like necessarily a commoner, like she was still like well-to-do. So, but still, Yeah, I'd rather have Diana back. And I know you guys would too. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Those are my unpopular opinions. I hope they were genuinely unpopular. I hope you disagreed with at least half of them. If so, let me know, because I will consider that a job well done. And